All right, guys, what's going on again? This is Jason here with Mayhem Baits. Today we are actually on the phone with Sam from Big Country Fishing, and we're going to do a little interview. Sam, how's it going?
Hey, it's going great today.
Yeah. Sam was just telling me he's up in Iowa, where I'm originally from. I'm down here in Arizona right now. We got 65, 70 degree weather. What happened to you guys this morning?
Oh, we're at about 28 degrees, and we've got about a half an inch of rain and ice on the ground. It's a slippery, sloppy mess outside right now.
Yeah, and that's definitely something that I do not miss at all.
I don't blame you one bit.
So why don't you tell me a little bit about Big Country Fishing, kind of tell me what it is, what you guys do, kind of get the word out there.
Well, Big Country Fishing started with our owner, Kyle. He's ex-Navy. He's a Navy vet. Very nice guy. He started Big Country Fishing basically to promote recycling through the fishing industry. He's been very big into recycling soft plastic baits and doing repours. We also have our fishing team that we are currently looking into building. We basically are taking guys on that are looking to do product reviews and basically get the picture out there of guys fishing.
Right.
We want guys to do a good job and make us look like a good company to work with.
Right. And, I don't know if you knew this or not, but that's actually how we got started here at Mayhem Baits. Is I had tons and tons and tons of old soft plastics myself, and 99% of it was stuff that I would never have been able to use, so I just started remelting all of it, and that's actually how we got started. So for you guys to be promoting that, and then on top of that, like you said, promoting the smaller businesses with reviews and using their gear and stuff like that, that's just absolutely awesome. There are a lot of people out there that do that, but they don't always do it the right way and the best way. And from what I've seen from you guys, just working with you for a little bit, everything with you guys is spot on coming from a business standpoint. So that's something I can definitely appreciate.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, we try to keep a positive outlook on everything and help everyone out in the best way that we can.
Now, tell me, what kind of fishing do you like to do the most? When I was growing up, I actually didn't start using lures until about 2 years ago, because I grew up bottom fishing and bobber fishing with night crawlers and bait and stuff like that. Do you have a certain kind of fishing that you like doing the most?
Okay. I like walleye fishing, and I really enjoy trout fishing. Big into the kayak fishing. In the last couple of years, I've gotten into kayak bass fishing tournaments.
Yeah, those are starting to get pretty big.
Been great.
Now, is there a certain kind of lure that you like using most? Because, like with me, believe it or not, I own a soft plastic company, but my favorite thing to throw is a crankbait.
Personally, I like fishing jigs. I like jig fishing. I like fishing the bottom. Basically, any jig, I really enjoy the Menace jigs.
Okay.
That's probably my favorite.
So why don't you tell me about your experience that you guys had out on that stream with the Crush Maggot?
Well, if you're from around Northeast Iowa at all, trout streams are huge around here. So we actually tried them out on a few different streams. We were running a 1/64th ounce jig head with just about every Crush Maggot color we could.
Okay.
We were throwing them, jigging them across the bottom, swimming them. Had great luck back and forth everywhere we were. So
that's good. Now, you know this because I've talked to you about it before, but a lot of people don't know. I started making the Crush Maggot for bluegill and crappie. And last summer when I started selling it, it was actually catching bluegill and crappie like crazy. Now, when I moved down here to Arizona, a good friend of mine, Trayvon, actually I did a special when the Cubs won the World Series. I made blue ones, and I think I sold them for like $1.50 a pack. And he picked some up because his girlfriend loved fishing and she loved the cubs. And that's kind of when it all took off into multi-species, because he's the one who kind of started catching the bass and the trout off of them, and everybody else saw that, and it just kind of went nuts. And I had absolutely no clue that it was going to be like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just a couple more questions here, and then, like I said, we'll wrap this up quick. If you could do one thing fishing-wise this year, what would it be if you could choose anything to do?
Anything to do fishing-wise?
Right.
My biggest goal for this year fishing-wise is to put a couple up on the wall. I've had a few in the past that I wish I would have, and I never have. But another thing I really want to get big into is photography while I'm out and about.
Okay. Well, I might actually get you hooked up with my mother, because she's a huge photographer up in Dubuque. So she could actually help you out with all kinds of things there.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Now, what is, without a doubt, your craziest fishing story? And I have one that I can actually talk about too.
My craziest fishing story.
Right.
My craziest fishing story probably doesn't involve me, actually.
Okay.
Well, a little bit. When I was younger, my grandpa would always take me and my sister and my cousin out to this local pond. And watching my cousin as a little girl, she was probably 5, 6 years old, pulled in a catfish off this pond that was bigger than she was.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool.
So that would have to be probably my all-time favorite fishing story.
My most recent crazy fishing story, and I don't remember if I mentioned this to you while we were talking before or not. We were actually, my sister-in-law and I were at one of the local urban ponds here, and they had just stocked with trout. She was using power bait and sweet corn, and I had just gotten a pack of the little Rebel crankbaits, the real small ones, and there was a crick hopper in there. So I threw out this crick hopper, and my line just kept going and going and going and going, like I cast all the way across the pond. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? And I looked up. A bird took the crick hopper when it was in midair and flew off with it.
Oh my!
Yeah, and I finally,
a fun one to retrieve.
It got hooked in the back of the wing. I finally got it down to the ground, and I started reeling my line in as I was walking up to it real slow, and it jumped, and it just popped right off. So it was definitely a good thing that there was no harm involved there, but it was pretty interesting to say the least.
I believe you. I've seen guys catch birds before, and that is a scary situation to say the least.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's good that no harm was involved.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we will wrap this up, Sam. I thank you very, very much for letting us do this interview today. I appreciate it. Again, I just want to say thank you for working with us here at Mayhem Baits. You guys have done a lot for us, and we've been talking about a few plans that I can see getting pretty big here in the future. So I'm really excited about it myself.
Well, thank you very much, and we're glad to help you guys out. You guys have treated us very well, and I'd like to say that your customer service so far has been bar none some of the best I have worked with.
Well, thank you. That's good to hear. You guys definitely try to stay warm up there in Iowa. I'll be thinking about you. I might be going fishing here in about an hour, so I'll think about you guys being cold up there.
Well, that would be great. Thank you.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Hey, yeah, you too.
Bye.
Bye.